Hello, my children. All right. I wanted to make a video because a lot of discourse has been going on about this, and I planned on making a video about it. Well, I plan on making one video about the newest title in the series, and it is about Ghost of Yotei was the original idea for the video. I was planning on just doing that one and talking about the comparing and contrasting of the two, but instead I decided, like my Resident Evil versus Silent Hill video I did. It's got the most likes, so I was like, you know what? Let's try doing it in the form of that, where it's both Ghost of Tsushima versus Ghost of Yotei. Which of the ghosts are better? Now, this isn't going to be a 1v1 style battle between the two main characters of Atsu and Jin. This is going to be a breakdown of some of the key components of the games, and coming down to which one's best is which one has the most points, of course. That's why I'm going to be doing it. And points, I'm just going to say which one won this one and that one. I'm going to talk to Matter to see if he can put up a point system somewhere. I doubt it'll be fancy. If it is, thank you. Also, happy Halloween. This might or might not be coming out either this week or next week. If it does, a little bit late, but whatever. I got a Spider-Man shirt on. I'd wear my entire cosplay that I got going on. It's Alucard from Helsing, but I cannot because it is a very cumbersome cosplay to just put on, and I had my heater going, so I am hot, and I want to be wearing as less clothes as possible. That does not mean I'm naked below the belt. That just means I am in shorts and a shirt. But we're getting sidetracked. Let's get back to the original video idea. Before we do, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I've come up with a thing. I don't know if I'm going to stick to it. I probably will if I hit it, of course. But I don't want people thinking I'm begging for subscribers here. But if it does happen, and when it does happen, if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will donate $200 to a charity of my choice or your guys' choice. It might be toss-up. And if it does, I will post a screenshot of the receipt in the community tab and keep you guys updated where that's going. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it. Which ghost is better? We're going to start with the tough one, the story. I'm going to let you guys know right now, I personally prefer the story of Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm going to explain why. Ghost of Yotei covers a basic-esque revenge story that I feel other games can do just as well, if not better. One that doesn't do it better is The Last of Us, because whether you want to admit it or not, the main core of Ghosts of Yotei is revenge. It is a revenge story, which I love those. I love revenges. Red Dead Redemption series is all about them. But it's hard for a studio to shake up an idea that's been done again and again and again in video gaming. But when it comes to Ghost of Tsushima, it's more nuance and more like, how do I say this? Not ambiguous, but more like, how do I even say this? It's more meaningful, and there's a lot more meanings and more like things you can derive from it. Yes, there's a lot you can get out of Yotei, like family and stuff like that, but Ghost of Yotei has heavy themes on family, being tied down to like a family member's seeing of yourself, like their expectations and you not meeting them, and how like you shouldn't be tied down by someone else's morals and stuff like that. And it deals with like Jin slowly realizing that just because something isn't honorable doesn't mean it's not right, when the enemy is being just as, if not worse, than him. And in order to save his people, he has to be less and less honorable, being like the first shinobi or whatever the hell he is. I know he's not technically a samurai. He is, but then he isn't. I don't know. I'm not educated on that part, but I'm gonna give the point solidly, my opinion, and I've played a good bit of Yotei. Alright, I've clocked in about a week or so into the game. I've gotten past the Oni and a few others, and I'm liking it a lot, but we're going to get into the other stuff next. So, story goes to Tsushima. bosses. I had to put this in because I forgot to put it in there, but the latest Oni fight in Ghost of Yotei made me think, okay, I thought the boss fights weren't as good. The boss fights in Yotei are good, but the issue is sometimes it feels like if it just feels like yeah, you got an enemy occasionally switching it up between this and that. But with Tsushima, it was more like, okay, this enemy is solidly this, and this one is this, which makes, in my opinion, a lot more fluid motion and combat in Tsushima. But bosses, the boss fights in general, like when you get to like the big bosses, Yotai does it better. The Oni battle is the best ghost boss fight I've ever done. I haven't even done the optional one that is like Omega hard, that's based off the real samurai that dual wielded. I can't remember his fucking name. And I'm gonna be doing that fight, and I'll post on Twitter what I think about it. It'll probably be huge fucking buns, but so this one easily. I'm not even gonna dwell on too long. Yotai. Side characters. There's only like two memorable ones I can think of. Okay, three if you're counting the uncle, but I would consider him like a main character. And no, I'll consider him a side character. Three in Tsushima that you care about. And then there's like one and Yotai. And I know people are probably going to be like, what do you mean? So far, I've only given a fucking modicum of a fuck about your brother. Spoilers. About your brother in the game, and that's about it. I know nothing about the parents. I mean, in my opinion, best thing they could have done with that is like at least get to know him a little bit more. The most you know about her father is he's like a blacksmith, but the issue with that is that he's connected to all these people that, in my opinion, you could honestly make into your own fleshed out characters. And I get it; it's hard to do that when you're supposed to be alone and stuff like that. But come on, man, like, and not that, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the side characters in Yotai are as impactful. I'm sure there'll be more that I will connect with. I will say the little characters, like the small characters, don't feel as generic as the old ones, and it all as Tsushima. And even if they do, it's pretty like even. But side characters, I'm just gonna say this right now. Goes to Tsushima. I gave way more of a fuck about all those guys than Yotai so far. And I'll tell you guys this, if opinions about this change, like I play it more, I'll again update it on my Twitter. I'll try and remember to link it in the description. But the MC, I'm gonna wait till the end to compare. The combat. This one's a lot more hard than I thought it would be, but looking back on it, and I went back and played Tsushima before making the video. Just gonna say this. I think that Ghost of Tsushima's combat is nowhere as good. Oh, not nowhere. It's less good than Yotai, and I will say one thing. Ghost of Tsushima is like the perfect not combat stealth system I've wanted. I'm gonna straighten my back up. Ugh. It's like the perfect combat system I've been wanting for like an Assassin's Creed game, but it's been in Ghost of Tsushima, and it feels. And by the way, I was so excited when they were doing Shadows, but I saw gameplay of it and I played a little bit of it, and I was like, this shit's ass. But it's not ass. It's okay. But Tsushima's better. Tsushima's like the perfect Japanese version of a Assassin's Creed game. But we're talking about the combat overall. All they need to add to Yotai is like a thing where you can see your enemies through walls and listen, like you could in Tsushima, and it would make the game way more better, in my opinion. But anyway, Combat goes to Yotei because although I don't like that at certain points, it just feels like people are just cycling through the weapons to make you stay on your toes. It's still like a different form of combat, and it's fun. It's something different from Tsushima, and I really enjoy it. And Tsushima's, yeah, I liked a lot, but the issue is it felt like it was like it got repetitive, and I needed a break. This one, I feel like I can just play for hours. Um, and not get bored of it. But like, I don't know. I this one has to go to Yotei. And if you're wondering why I'm looking at it on my phone, it's because my notes have all the key points up, and I'm putting Y or T for which one gets which. Side quests, basically like, random shit you find in the middle of the woods of someone wanting you to do something. Like a dude wanting you to help him follow him so that way he doesn't get attacked by raiders or whatever. This one meshes with the next one, but I'm just going to say this. I have a hard time saying no to anyone in Yotei, but in Tsushima, I just went, you offer me nothing. Like, yeah, you may give me materials, but that's it. And I'm pretty sure in Tsushima there isn't really a currency, and if there is, I didn't ever really notice because it was like a non-problem. And that's the same way it is in Yotei. I never have issues with currency, and I get it. Putting that in there as a false like thing of, oh, urgency, got to save up my money and stuff like that is good to keep the player engaged. But I'm just, I don't see a purpose when I make like 20,000 within the first hour, but whatever. But side quests in general, I feel like Yoteis are just funner. No other way I can put it. They feel more. It feels like you actually want to go out of your way and do them instead of just waiting till the end of the game and then doing them. Because there is side stuff like with other major characters that could help you recapture your father figure, your uncle in it, in the Tsushima. And if it was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I never did. I did like maybe 2 each, and then they had like 5 in total, and I was just like, brother, I don't give a shit. But everyone in Yotei, it's like, bro, I want to see more of you. Let me see more of you. And that might just be new game bias. I don't know. If it is, whatever. But side quests, again, Yotei, it runs away with this. It fucking slams it. This one's also going to be difficult, but I'm just going to say this. Let's get run into it. Also, everything I've said here is an opinion. If you disagree, doesn't mean you have to hate me. And if you do hate me because of my opinion, grow up. Different opinions and listening to different opinions make you a better person. Not a better person. Make you help solidify your opinions. All right? So if we disagree on a few things, so what? I'm sure we can just go to Subway, enjoy their dog shit food, and just be friends. I know I burnt a bridge with that one, but I don't care. Chipotle's better. Even though they served me a bad burrito last week, I'm still going to go like 7 days a week. But open world. Again, I feel like the definitive way an open world should work, whether it be semi-open or true open, this one leans more towards true. At the beginning it's semi, but it's true open world in a lot of aspects, is it should make you want to explore, and then when you replay it, which I haven't done in the Yotei, so I'm not counting that, you should be able to redo it all and still like it. The world should feel like it's lived in, and it should feel like there's enough life in it to warrant being a open world and showing you the entire world instead of just a confined map. So I'm just gonna say this, and it's supposed to make, like, the world mesh together. It's also beautiful, like which one's prettier. Now, before you say anything, I played both of them on a PS5. The only difference between the two is that the other one didn't have the case of Spider-Man on it. And I played the remaster of Tsushima, so they are almost exactly on this. Well, they are on the same hardware and almost run the exact same. Map's a little bit different, but I'm just gonna say this. Yotei runs away with it because I actually, again, I don't want to fast travel. I only fast travel when it's like a significant difference, and even then I don't. The one thing I will say, it feels like it's way easier to find like shrines and bamboo practice and stuff like that. Like easier in Tsushima than in Yotei. But that makes it, anytime you see that weird bird and shit like that, a little bit more exciting. It's like, oh my god, I can finally find a shrine and upgrade my guy. I will say also, a little knock against it is you just being able to unlock all the abilities in Yotei. Kind of lame, but whatever. Side quests are still better in Yotei, but oh, I have to. It's pretty evenly tied. I'm gonna be honest. You could coin flip him, and it would be either way, in my opinion. Some days I might feel like playing Tsushima. Some days I might feel like playing Yotei. But I'm not going to do a tie, because if I do a tie, then guess what? The entire video will be a tie, and I don't want it to be a tie. I want one to come out on top. Fucking focus camera. I will beat the shit out of you like a schoolyard boy. Anyways, sorry about that. I'm giving the open world category to Ghost of Yotei. Finally, last one. The reason I saved it last is because there's been a bit of discourse. I may be wrong by the time this comes out about who's better or who beats who, and that is Atsu or Jin. Who's better, whether it be a versus or character analysis. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this with my full chest. Don't give a shit that one's a male and one is a female. Don't care. Really liked Ellie in The Last of Us. She was the only enjoyable part of that game. Outside of that, didn't care. So, I'm just going to say this. I prefer Jin. Now, let me explain to you why. Jin felt like he was going through an actual character journey through every chapter and changing along with you as a player as you were gaining more abilities as a character and person. You were learning to do more and stuff like that, and being like, oh, is this right? Oh my god, I don't want to poison people. Because for me, I tried not to poison people for the longest time, and I said, fuck it, and shot a dart at them, and then they died. But with Atsu, it feels like she's always hitting a wall. And I could tell this because in the Oni chapter, her brother's constantly saying, there's more after this, Atsu, and I get it. It's like, oh, she can't move past it because it's so traumatic. Fucking Jin went through something traumatic. He went through two traumatic things: seeing an entire platoon of his die, and seeing his father die, and him having to take over and being raised by his uncle and having to do with his fucking standards. Not saying that one's better, like one struggled more or anything like that, but still, they both had struggles. But with Jin, he wasn't looking for just fucking revenge. He was looking for more. He wanted to be accepted by his uncle. But he also, more than anything, it shows at the end that he is willing to save his people over everything. Because he sees how the people are struggling, and he sees what they are like what their day-to-day life is and stuff like that. But with Atsu, she just feels like she's constantly hitting a wall. She's not improving much. The most that you ever get out of her is like some like lines when she's soaking in the hot spring, and it's like, bro, okay, that's cool. I enjoy just seeing the same character over and over. I do love Atsu, but I don't like her as much as Jin. They're really both good characters, but in my opinion, so far, again, I'll update it on Twitter, I think that Atsu just isn't as good as character as Jin. He is, in my opinion, a more well-written character, a better progression of a character, and not going to mention the ending, because I haven't experienced Atsu's ending. Maybe things change, I don't know. But tallying it all up, Tsushima got the story. Bosses went to Yotei. Characters went to Tsushima. The MC went to Tsushima. The combat went to Yotei. The side quests went to Yotei. And the open world went to Yotei. So that means 1 point difference. Yotei is the better game in my opinion. And I stand by that. Now, again, if you're looking for one or the other in any of these, then do for the one that got the point. If not, then I guess try the one that's better overall. They're both good games, and in my opinion, if you don't have enough money to get Yotei, if you can, must rip the clams, get Tsushima. It is just as good. The combat's just as fresh for anyone that hasn't played it. It is a breath of fresh air for anyone looking for a new open world fantasy experience. So, with that being said, that's the video. Again, like, comment, subscribe. If I get to about 1,000 subscribers, I will donate $200 to a charity of my or your guys' choosing. So, share the video around, like it, comment, subscribe it. Tell me how much I suck at these videos, or tell me where I can improve. If not, then just fucking, I don't know, exist in a void. But, alright, love you guys. Bye.